Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Ask the Gov. Let's begin. First question comes from Andrew in Cedar Falls via Facebook. Andrew says, what do you think will happen with the Board of Regents funding? I have recommended a $20 million increase in funding for the Board of Regents for the coming fiscal year. It's got to go through the legislative process, and I'm very hopeful at the end of the day that we can get. Last year we went through a difficult time and finally we're able to get an agreement on the budget. I'm hopeful that this session will go a little smoother and that we can get something close to what I've recommended approved. The student body presidents from the University of Northern Iowa, Iowa State University, and the University of Iowa attended my press conference last week to urge the legislature to approve the level of funding that was recommended in the governor's proposed budget. Our second question comes from Steve in Johnston via email. Steve asks, what are you doing to save the F-16 jobs in Des Moines? I have the honor of chairing the Governor's Council that advises the Pentagon and Homeland Security, and as one of the co-chairs of that 10-member Governor's Council, we've been working diligently, and I think we've got 49 of the state governors have objected to the Pentagon's plan to dramatically reduce the Air Force Reserve. It would be much more economical to reduce the regular Air Force as opposed to the Air Force Reserve. The unit in Des Moines has done outstanding work, and they not only are part of our national defense, but they also play an important role in providing emergency assistance at the Des Moines airport. You may recall back in the 90s we had a tragic crash of Flight 232 in Sioux City, and it was the Air Guard in Sioux City that did the dramatic rescue and saved a lot of lives. And so they also play a key role in helping us, like they did in flyovers this past summer when we had the flooding on the Missouri River. So I'm working with our entire congressional delegation, doing all we can to try to get them to take a different approach than what the President has recommended in cutting the Air National Guard. We think there can be other economies, and the Guard is one of the most efficient ways to provide national defense, because you have experienced people that are part-time as opposed to the regular Air Force, which is much more expensive. Our third question comes from Ann in Council Bluffs via email. Ann asks, are you going to get a mega data center in Council Bluffs like the Google project? I hear rumors but haven't heard any news. Well, Google has already got a data center or data farm in the Council Bluffs area, and there are other projects from other high-tech firms being considered. We're competing with Nebraska, and I'm not sure how that's going to come out, but there are several sites under consideration, and obviously these are good jobs, and the fact that Iowa has low-cost utilities and reliable source of electricity and also a good workforce is critically important. But we also have to compete with other states who are equally anxious to get these good jobs, and I'm hopeful we can be successful in this project.